Hello there. There have been many questions about what foreign students can and cannot do in the United States. So many questions that recently the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, so that's ICE, released a 27-page memo answering some of these questions. I have reviewed those questions and I have selected some that I believe will be helpful to you, because many of our client employers employ foreign nationals that are on OPT and STEM, and those are the questions that I am going to tackle. So one of those questions was, can a student engage in OPT or STEM OPT, work remotely, and this is remotely from abroad or remotely from the United States, when appropriate and permitted by the employer? And if so, do they need to submit an updated Form I-983? Now, for those of you on a STEM OPT, you know what the Form I-983 is, and that is that training agreement that the foreign national and the employer sign, basically outlining what the internship program is going to be like, the goals, and the way that the student is going to be evaluated. So you know what I'm talking about if it affects you. So the answer to can the students on OPT and STEM work remotely in the United States or abroad is, students currently participating in OPT, including a STEM OPT, may work remotely from inside the United States or outside of the United States, as long as their employer has an office outside of the United States, and the employer can assess the student's engagement using electronic means for those students participating in the STEM OPT or OPT. And for those participating in the STEM OPT that have this Form I-983, that form does not have to be updated because the student is working remotely. Although, if there are other significant changes, material changes to the relationship between the employer and the student, then yes, the Form I-983 should be updated. So that's one of the answers. Next one. So next question is, can a student with proper authorization participate in CPT, so curricular practical training, while they're abroad? And the answer from ICE was, students may engage in CPT during their time abroad, provided that they are, 1, enrolled in a program of study in which CPT is integral to the program, 2, the DSO, so that's the designated school official from the school, has authorized the CPT, and either the employer has an office outside of the United States, or the employer can assess the student's engagements and attainment of the learning objective electronically. So that's good news for those on CPT. Actually, that's really good news. And the last one that I'm going to share with you, because I think this is also good news for students, those time spent studying outside of the United States during COVID-19 counts toward the 1-year requirement for CPT and OPT. And the answer from ICE was that yes, an F student, so foreign student on an F visa, accrues eligibility for practical training, whether they're outside or inside of the United States during COVID-19, if the student is in active status in SEVIS, that's the student record, and meets the requirements of their school procedural change plan submitted to SEV, which is the program that tracks the student's status. And this is really important because this 1-year requirement is what allows the student later on to apply for employment. So the fact that they can accumulate this time while studying abroad, as long as they meet the requirements, is really good. I hope this is helpful. Again, these are unchanging times, and I'm hopeful that these videos are helpful to you. Please keep sending me your questions, and I will continue to address them. Take care.